first of all. Why are you showing disgust in your face? You're just like, like I've said something that it's like, Sasa, what are you telling me, Sasa? Like, because imagine the way you're doing content now, and you have a partner, like we've mentioned even before, who can help you out and they're supportive. That's something that when you're starting off, you said like it didn't favor you in any way. But right now where you are, is it something that you would consider, like even maybe when you're dating, a partner who can help you with the content? Do you like boys or do you like girls?
No, I'm a lesbian, so there's that.
So it doesn't even apply to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so now, so what's my next question supposed to be now? What's my question even supposed to be now? I'm just throwing me off Uko in the end Oko Komtaro.
Okay, it doesn't at this moment, but like I think I can still.
I know the question.
Answer. So like maybe like, what do you like mean in terms of like men being with like in part of women's like nini?
Okay, just in life in general, like you've grown up with just sis and mom. Has it affected on how like you just look at men differently? Because even now, I didn't know that, and now
you didn't. You've not seen on my page.
I mean, going for Pride, Nini, people can just...
I don't think so.
During Pride Week, I hosted, like, if you saw my episode for Pride Week, I didn't even know, like, the LGBTQ community is that big. Because on the comments, they were like this, fire. So, like, that's the one time, like, because I was thinking, nobody has done an podcast episode, just for Pride Week. And I said, I think this is perfect. So I reached out to someone, and I wanted it to be a guy, but I wanted a guy who's like, I'm gay. Gay and proud. Even a bit sassy. I got the perfect guest. He was here. And I told him, like, by the way, when I ask my questions, me, I like joking, throwing jokes around. And he said, like, by the way, you throw any jokes at me, the ones I like, I'll laugh at. The one that I don't, I'll also tell you, like, hey, this is too much. But I liked he was so open-minded. And at times how, like, people can be like, the LGBTQ community, you can't talk about anything. We talked about everything, made jokes. We, like, everything. It was so funny. And the episode was so interactive to a lot of people. So how comes... I think I would just like to know even like maybe what pushed you to the side of Nini. Oh, was the guy who Nini, was it a girl who you're going to edit? No, it was a guy.
That was before like I came out. So I dated men for a while.
Okay.
That was before I came out. So at that time where I was going to edit, it was like a guy. I was dating like a guy. But like I was always like cheating.
Really?
Yeah,
so wait, you were never just into guys?
Nah.
But for what reason though? I would just like to...
I don't think there's any reason. Like, I know people don't...
I can tell you why I like girls.
Yeah, but like, for me it was not like... Okay, what's the question exactly?
No. How did you... Okay, you said... Because I know, like, I've thrown different questions at you, right?
I'm like, okay,
and Paka, you're like, should I mix this or this one?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, we'll go back to, like, men not being present in families. That I've noticed, like, also with a lot of, like, my guests in general, and how it has affected them on how they move in life and how they look at men. Whether they find men still valuable, still lazima, it's not a must.
Yeah.
Because I even had like a female guest previously who was here, and then she said she swings both ways, which I didn't know. And then I said, like, this is very interesting. But when we came to a point of discussing about marriage, she said, like, I can't get married to a chick. So I asked why. She said, like, hey, drama, mood swing, so I have to deal with that. She has them, may have them. So, I mean, I don't know about that dynamic. And
that's so crazy.
We're talking about... So now we're talking about relationships. Let's just talk about love, actually. Sindio?
Okay.
But we're not... Okay. But we're not talking... We don't have to bring up names. Okay. But you see, it's still part of, like, your content creation. When you're doing your content, did you tell people that you're coming out?
Yeah, I even had, like, videos with my ex-partner, like...
Oh, that's an ex. You have another one now? There's another one.
Yeah, my lord.
Don't waste time. Don't waste
Come
time.
and save me.
You're not wasting time. No.
Yo.
No, and I'll tell you why this video is interesting. Also, when we talk about this, I'm sorry, but listen. When you break up with someone as a content creator, especially, let's say you're doing that kind of content with them, am I including them in your videos? Do you delete the videos or may they still remain up?
I deleted some. Okay, wait. First, let's go back to like the question about men and like...
Yeah. Do you still look at men the same way, considering that you and your mom and sis had to struggle?
Look at them
figuring,
in terms of what?
Like, you know how people are like, men are useless. Kenyan men.
I'm just like in general, like I'm just very indifferent. Like...
How?
Indifferent in terms of like, I have no opinion about
Really?
them. Like in terms of like... Actually, I don't interact with men, like unless like it's like in terms of like work.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like maybe it affected you just because of seeing like a
Like
situation.
that's why I'm gay.
No.
I thought that's what you
gay,
meant.
you can gay now. I've come to understand like you can do whatever you want when how you feel it.
It's not even how you feel it. It's a matter of like who you are, because even before I came to Nairobi. Like when I used to live in Shags, like I used to mess around with girls.
Oh, really?
Even before I ever had a boyfriend, I like used to mess with girls. And this I'm talking when I was like in class 4.
What?
4, 3. I remember...
Wait, like kissing.
Like...
Oh, okay.
You
but
know,
at that
messing
time,
around.
did you think it was just girls playing?
No, I just felt like I like them and like, you know, it feels good. Like I like them. So when people say, "Oh, you don't choose what you feel," it's not a matter of like it feels at your feelings. You know, homophobic people will be like, "Oh, your feelings. Since when did feelings determine?" You know, it's like who you are. Like I would say, cause I think even when we were younger, like even playing, even like 6, your earliest memories you can remember of liking someone. Like not at a romantic, because at that age you don't know anything, but like ile tu nacheza games.
Yeah.
Like I would like girls and I would like play with girls. And then later when I was in class 4, like several actually, before we came to Nairobi, and you can't say it's like influenced by media or like TV, because we didn't even have a TV. I didn't even see it anywhere. And then when I came to Nairobi, you know, like shifting, especially like for child, change of environment kind of like can interfere with your psychology. So like I suppressed
those feelings.
Yeah, I suppressed parts of me, because when I came to Nairobi, like there's bullying because umetoka ushago unangoa, like you just feel out of place, like
and then plus you like, throw for us LGBTQ, it's like
exactly, like at a huge part of your identity, like kind of, because you just feel so small.
Yeah.
And then in high school, like I had still like fully like suppressed. Actually, I would say like I used to date like guys, but like I'd never like I liked guys. It was like just like
how?
for validation.
Okay, so how do you
in terms
and you
of,
can stay in that relationship and you don't any?
Yeah, because at that time you've not accepted yourself. Like you're dealing with internal homophobia. There's compulsive heteronormativity. This is what you've been told.
What is that now? What is that now? You don't just throw these words and then casually actually move along like I'm supposed to know what it means.
Like compulsive heteronormativity, it's how you get socialized. As a boy, as a girl, you like get socialized growing up knowing women are supposed to be with men, men are supposed to be with women.
And that's a bad thing or a good thing?
Like, depending on who you are, you know, I'm just like...
Oh, because as an adult, anyway, you get to choose.
Yeah.
But, okay, like, but the way you've said,
but like the
as
society
a kid,
tells you this is how it's supposed to be.
Okay.
That's what compulsive, like...
Does that mean like gender roles peer or something?
That's a whole different, another topic in about like sexuality.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, as a woman, peer, how you get socialized is to grow up and like want male validation. So like utapata, you don't even like the person, but because you like the validation that comes
from having a man next to you.
And that's what you're told you're supposed to do. So date them, but I would still like girls on the side.
Mess around with girls on the side.
Yeah. And so when and also it's like when you hear like a lot of men are like just always like cheating in relationships, they don't like women, like they're always like no women like they're always cheating. Sometimes it's because they're gay. It can also manifest like that.
When what happens?
I'm not saying that everybody
when guys are cheating, they're gay.
That. Yeah, like always, like no woman like satisfies you, and like you might not be aware of it. It's a subconscious thing.
Come on, no, now that's a lie. No way.
No, it's true.
So you're saying serial cheaters?
Like all the time, like nobody you can like like sometimes
By the guy who I interviewed, he said like most of the guys he links up with are guys who have girlfriends and married.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say like I'm a specialist at the matter, so I'm just saying my opinion.
Yeah, like sometimes like they're
suppressing because there's something they like.
Because like you're not what they like.
Now I know why I will disagree with you.
Why?
Hey, if there are people who cheat, lesbians. Hey.
What do you mean by that?
No, the ones that I know and are friends, they move on so casually. But I'm even like always telling them like, how comes you can't like Nini? It's like Nini boy and then they just move on.
That's a different topic. Like, okay, nikisema like people who cheat in every relationship. I'm not trying to say at everybody who cheats is gay, but like that's one way it can
that would
show. That's one way, because like for me
they're looking
like
for something different.
Like nobody's you're not feeling like I'm not.
No matter what qualities you look for in a guy, you're like, but it's not making me happy.
Like it's just not hitting, like it's just not hitting the
what
same.
What if you just have a big sexual appetite?
Then maybe you would communicate that with maybe your partners and be poly
and tell
or something.
Them.
When it comes to like lesbian shit, no, it can also be a personal things or personal thing where mwenyewe uko hivo and like you like validation from people and everyone. Maybe that's also why you're cheating.
On new partners.
And you like the thrill of just like chasing, like you don't like stable nini. So, because even ukisema lesbian cheating, it's a whole thing that also has something to do with, just because you hear somebody ama you see somebody is out, it doesn't mean they're not dealing with internal homophobia. And sometimes how you can deal with feelings that you're not comfortable with is constantly distracting yourself, because if you stay with one girl for long, then it has to set in like this is what I have actually chosen like to accept myself. But if you have not made peace with that part of you, the more you change people, the more it's kind of like not serious.
And zero satisfaction.
Exactly.
Probably.
It's like, okay, then like I know I'm a lesbian, but like being with somebody long term, it's kind of like anyway hits you and you're like, anyway I'm ready and I have chosen to be like this. But if it's always short term, you don't get to sit with the feeling like this is who I am and I'll have to the world will have to experience me like this forever because I've chosen like a lifelong partner. And some people are still dealing with internal homophobia yenye haiwafanyi unaona kama yeye akisema like, oh, I will never marry a chick, because there are things that you need to deal with. True. Probably compulsive heteronormativity. Most of the time.
There you've said.
Exactly. Because even me, before I came out, I would be like, I knew like I'm not bi. And I knew I also didn't like men. But I would not accept like I'm a lesbian. But
is there a time when you thought you were bi?
Nah, because I knew like I didn't like men like that. Like
really?
Yeah, I just like the validation.
What's not there to like about men? Let me just ask.
I think it's just like,
because you even said that you don't even hang around men that much.
Like if like,
isn't that discrimination?
It's not discrimination. That's not
isn't that discrimination?
No, that's not discrimination.
What have we done to you?
Like I mean, if like I have a friend and like maybe that they're dating a man and he's around, like sitasema watoke ama like nini, I'll just like but like in my personal life,
you'll just withstand him. You'll just be like
No, I won't be like
I have to deal with this. Let him just stay. Let him just stay. In case of an emergency.
I'm a feminist on top of that, so let's keep in mind.
Oh my God. But no, I didn't trigger, but it's because it always opens a discussion. It always gives me a thing a segue to ask another question, like, and that's why when I'm saying, like, even when I was asking about like your thoughts. No, I know, but but it's still an episode. No. As long as we're talking about love, it's under the